Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
An off-duty officer driving this car opens fire at another car. What San Antonio police say happened.
Also studying crime, it's what a UTSA professor and SAPD are doing, coming up the research that's already showing results in another Texas city. Plus, an effort to protect San Antonio's water quality. We're going to hear from the volunteers who are helping in this effort. But first, tonight we're learning more about what led to a shooting involving an off-duty police officer and another driver. We know that 2 people were taken to the hospital. San Antonio police have detained 1 person and are looking through surveillance footage in the area to determine what led up to that shooting. The Night Team's Patty Santos has more on the 911 call.
In 5360s 11210 Patranco at the Walmart for a shooting in progress here in Oakville West Code 3.
Shortly after 3 p.m., San Antonio police were called to a shooting behind the Walmart store at Patranco in 1604. 911 dispatch tell officers to be on the lookout for a man with a gun.
Male had hands behind his head, blue Dodge Caravan, pointing a gun at another male. He's going towards the Costco now.
When officers arrived, they found the driver of this gray sedan and several bullet holes in a dark-colored van. First arriving officers tended to the driver of the van, a man in his 40s and his female passenger, until an ambulance arrived.
We're going to have 2 tourniquets applied. He also has a gunshot wound to right abdomen, and we're working on the female.
Church police say their off-duty officer was involved in this afternoon's shooting. SAPD says the off-duty officer fired the gun while having a toddler in the back seat and a 24-year-old female passenger. Moments later, police say the off-duty officers called 911.
Shooter, from what I understand, he shot while he was in his vehicle. The van pulled up next to him. He shot at the individuals in the van while he was still sitting in his vehicle.
The investigation is now focused on surveillance cameras showing what led to this shooting.
There seems to have been some kind of altercation. I don't know if it was a verbal altercation in the parking lot in the front of Walmart, but as they were leaving, that's when the shots were fired.
And police say at this point, the off-duty officer has not been identified. Police say that officer did stay on the scene. Pending the outcome of this investigation, they say he could be facing 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We did reach out to the city of Schertz to find out what the status is of the officer at this time with the city. We have not heard back. Stefania?
All right, Patty, thank you. In other news, San Antonio police are getting creative when it comes to fighting crime. They're actually working with criminology experts. They're gathering data in the classroom to take to the streets. And while it's in the beginning stages, researchers tell the Night Team's Lee Waldman that their efforts are paying off in other places.
Lights, crime scene tape, gunshots. It's becoming all too familiar in the city of San Antonio.
Every time we hear gunshots going off, and you don't know if those are going to be flying anywhere and hitting somebody.
I don't even let my grandkids come outside anymore because that's how bad it is.
It's a problem UTSA criminology professor Michael Smith wants to fix.
There's not a thing in that plan that we don't have evidence for in the literature based on good evaluation science that we know works.
Smith and his partner Rob Tillier are working with the San Antonio Police Department. They're looking at what crimes are being reported, when and where they're happening, and what can be done to stop them from happening again, something they already are doing with Dallas police.
In a very short period of time, we're trying to reallocate those resources, or recommend a DPD, because they ultimately do it, right, where they should be sending folks about every 3 months.
Dallas police launched its evidence-based crime plan last May. Since then, violent street crime has dropped more than 50% in their targeted areas.
We're constantly looking at numbers, looking at data with them, strategizing new ideas, ways to tweak the baseline strategy to make it even better.
The success in Dallas boiled down to strategy, not just placing more officers on the street, but placing them strategically. Tillier and Smith say they're still gathering data here in San Antonio. They hope to replicate Dallas and curb the trend they're seeing in their home city.
Certain pride in helping, the sort of what happens on the ground in your city that you live in, and people you care about and know, your community, right?
Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
So we mentioned the research is still in its early stages, so early, in fact, that the UTSA professors don't know when it's going to be finished. Now, new tonight, what started as a drug investigation led officers to find a gun at a local high school. The Northeast ISD confirmed that it happened at Johnson High School. The school's principal sent parents a letter saying that a student was selling vapes with THC in them. A district officer then searched the student's car and found a gun in the glove box. Now, the letter emphasized that the student did not carry that gun into the school, and according to the district, that student was detained. Now, investigators in Terrell Hills want you to take a really good look at that man on your screen. He's accused of robbing a car on Wednesday on Canterbury Hill. That's near Eisenhower Road and North New Braunfels Avenue. Police say that he also stole a credit card. They say that he used it at a Target. Investigators say that they have surveillance video of it. The suspect appears to be a white male in his 20s or 30s with a tattoo, as you can see there, on his upper right arm. So I'll ask you again, do you know who he is? If so, you can call the number on your screen. At the top of your screen, it's 210-824-6954. Some people now are asking why the Bexar County Sheriff's Office didn't release body camera footage in a deadly shooting case. Now, if you remember, this case centers around the death of 18-year-old Robert Inocencio. That shooting happened April 5th when sheriff's deputies tried to arrest Inocencio on felony warrants. This led to an hours-long standoff, which ended in the death of Inocencio. Now, that death is still under investigation. This is the first time that a 10-day timeline for releasing footage of critical incidents has been used since the sheriff agreed to that timeline in February. The sheriff's office says that Inocencio's mother saw that footage and asked that it be kept private.
Absolutely. You know, there's the public's right to know on certain things. However, with regard to a grieving mother and having to take those feelings into consideration and just trying to do the decent and right thing, I'm going to do it.
So Sheriff Salazar says that his agency has its own policy and that he plans to respect the family's wishes. San Antonio continues to be a major stop in the race for governor. Former Congressman Beto O'Rourke spoke with voters at Pick's Bar on the north side today. He was talking about improving education, easing inflation, lowering property taxes. O'Rourke said that federal money is needed to help do that, to lower the taxes. He also said that legalizing marijuana might help too.
Like legalizing marijuana so we don't put people behind bars for a substance that's already legal in most of the rest of the country, and so that we can generate the revenue necessary to fund public schools and drive down property taxes.
O'Rourke says that he also continues to speak with leaders in border communities to discuss possible solutions. His visit comes one day after Governor Greg Abbott visited San Antonio. So switching gears now, this weekend is a really awesome time to buy emergency supplies because you're not going to have to pay a sales tax on them. We're talking about things like flashlights, batteries, lanterns, generators, basically all the things that you need to stay safe when there are violent storms or hurricanes. Now, thankfully, yes, this is a calm night. Let's bring in meteorologist Katie Blake. So, Katie, looking ahead, is this hurricane season, though, expected to be busier?
Yeah, it's hard to believe it is already time to start talking hurricanes. Now, to answer your question, Stephania, I want to show you this graphic. When we're looking at activity during an upcoming hurricane season, there are two sources. First is NOAA. We are awaiting their forecast. That usually is released sometime in May, but we already have a forecast for the upcoming hurricane season from Colorado State. They have a great tropical weather and climate research department, and each year they put out a forecast. They are anticipating a slightly busier than average hurricane season in terms of total named storms. The average is 14. Colorado State's forecast calls for 19 named storms. And again, we are waiting NOAA's formal forecast, but their forecast is also expected to call for above average activity in the Atlantic Basin this hurricane season. A reminder, hurricane season begins on June 1st. Coming up, I'll get you your forecast for the air show this week. And we've got a lot going on, but we've got the air show. It'll be windy. I'll tell you how that'll factor in. And we'll also talk more about Monday's rain chance. Stephania.
Oh, yeah. We want to hear those details in just a bit. Thank you, Katie. Now, still ahead on the Nightbeat, the Thunderbirds are going to take to San Antonio's skies this weekend. We're going to discuss when you can see them and what to expect in your weekend weather forecast that is coming up. Also, it's Earth Day. And tonight, we're hearing from volunteers determined to protect San Antonio's main water source. We'll discuss the effort that's underway. Also, more than 12 hours later, the search continues for a Texas National Guard member. All of this happening in Eagle Pass. So what's the local sheriff there saying? You're going to hear from him next on the Nightbeat. Long day for search crews in Eagle Pass. They're still looking for a Texas National Guard member who disappeared during a rescue attempt in the Rio Grande. Now, the Guard member is a part of Operation Lone Star. That's an effort started by Governor Greg Abbott that aims to increase surveillance on the border. The sheriff of Maverick County says that the Guard member was trying to rescue a migrant and dove into the water. This is an area that's described as having strong currents. The Texas National Guard says that state troopers and Border Patrol agents were also there. They were helping at that time. Now back here at home, the trial against ex-constable Michelle Barrientos Vela is delayed another 4 months. The judge is giving the defense team more time to look over evidence in the case. All of this centers around a tampering with evidence charge. Barrientos Vela's legal team says that they only recently learned of audio recordings from the state star witness. The former constable's legal team is going to have until late August to review those recordings. So tonight we are highlighting San Antonio's main source of water, and that is the Edwards Aquifer. Before water makes its way there, it actually flows through several cave systems. And as the night team's John Paul Barajas shows us, volunteers are protecting the water by focusing on local caves.
Way before our time, when we knew far less about how the actions we take would impact generations to come, it was common practice to use caves and sinkholes as essentially dumpsters.
Disposal of waste into some of these karst or cave features has been occurring since probably European settlement.
A lot of waste came from ranchers who found it easy to get rid of their trash and didn't know of the consequences.
It's actually quite common, and it's not just in Texas, but all over the country, and also even in Mexico. I've gone to different pits in Mexico that's completely filled with trash, and I think the reason people do that is out of sight.
In San Antonio, one of our main sources of drinking water is the Edwards Aquifer. Rainfall enters caves and sinkholes, and then the water will flow through cracks in the rock into Edwards Aquifer, recharging San Antonio's water supply. But keeping the caves clean is a must because this could contaminate the water.
Some of them are like beer, some of them are from food, and then there's some of them had like gasoline or gas. So those are really, like toxic waste.
And then of course some of the other industrial materials that we have, car batteries, lead batteries, we've seen radiators, we've seen car parts, etc., that have been thrown in these caves and they sit there and they slowly release, the material over time.
But conservation efforts happening now can only do so much.
There's certainly a lot of trash that we just can't get to. We can't physically remove. It's too difficult or actually too dangerous for the volunteers.
That's why it's important to watch your trash. That was John Paul Barajas reporting. And you can check out more of our Solutionaries content at youtube.com/Solutionaries. And our Earth Day coverage doesn't stop today because tomorrow, KSAT's going to be hosting a live stream event talking about our planet. And you could join in. That's at 2 p.m. You could watch it on KSAT Plus and KSAT.com. If you haven't made weekend plans, it is not too late. Here's something pretty cool. The Great Texas Air Show at Joint Base San Antonio Randolph is actually happening this weekend. After 2 years of cancellations, the Thunderbirds, they're back in action. However, they're not going to fly over the entire city of San Antonio. That event is going to run through this Sunday. It's free, it's open to the public, and if you can't go, just watch it online. Now, Katie Blake is going to give us an update on how the weather is going to be, but first, let's take a live look outside with Sky 12. That is live over downtown San Antonio. It looks like a really nice night. 73 degrees right now. Katie, tell us what else is in store for the weekend and all these events that we have going on.
So many things happening. A lot of wind is in store for the weekend. You may have noticed the gusty winds today. They are going to stick with us both Saturday and Sunday. So that does play a part in the forecast for the Great Texas Air Show happening Saturday and Sunday. You can expect clouds in the morning, just like the past few days. Morning clouds, some sunshine after lunchtime, and then into the afternoon, temperatures climbing into the upper 80s, more sun and a lot of wind. Our wind gusts tomorrow could be as high as 40 miles per hour. hour at times. Same story on Sunday. Look at today's time lapse. Shows the morning clouds clearing up a lot quicker today. We were able to see more sunshine, and that helped to boost our temperatures a bit more, just shy of 90 at the airport today after a morning low of 72. No rain, and the clouds are starting to fill back in here at the very end of our time lapse. We cleared out really nicely this evening, but those low clouds are already building back in. Currently 73 at Canyon Lake, 73 at Kerrville, also 75 in Hondo. So warm and also still windy. Our wind gusts out of the southeast are still near 30 miles per hour in several locations, including Hondo, Port SA, and up toward Burney Stage, Lost Maples. You just pulled a gust at 32 miles per hour. So again, the wind is going to be constant over the weekend. Our wind gusts between about 30 and 40 miles per hour Saturday and Sunday. Notice our wind gusts start to drop a bit early next week. Still some breezy days early next week, but not as windy as it will be this weekend. So that's one part of your weekend forecast. It's also going to stay humid, but thankfully with that wind, I don't think at any point it will feel oppressively humid or stagnant or anything like that. Otherwise, we'll continue with the pattern of morning clouds, patchy drizzle, a few sprinkles, giving way to some afternoon clearing. High temperatures Saturday and Sunday, upper 80s. Few spots definitely could sneak into the low 90s, especially south of the Highway 90 corridor. We do have a late day chance of some showers and storms on Sunday. Let me give you some context there. Here's the overall severe weather chance on Sunday. It falls into this lowest category of just some isolated strong to severe storms expected mainly north and west of San Antonio, and this will be as we get into late in the day Sunday, primarily Sunday evening into Sunday night. So what I'm going to be watching for as we get closer to, say 6-7 p.m. on Sunday is any development that pops up in the afternoon over the higher terrain of northern Mexico and also off to our northwest. Some isolated activity could affect a very isolated portion of our viewing area as we get into Sunday evening. But look what we've got off to the northwest by Sunday night, a cold front. This is going to be a slow moving frontal boundary that basically just sags through the area on Monday. And along this frontal boundary, we are expecting scattered showers and storms to develop. It does look like right now our highest chances of rain will come second half of the day Monday, so into the afternoon and evening, with rain chances gradually ending Monday night. We'll be keeping a close eye on that aspect of the forecast for you through Tuesday when rain chances come to an end. Most rain is expected along and west of I-35. A lot of places, a lot of yards could see between a ½ inch to an inch of rain through Tuesday. So we're looking good there. It's good to see that in the forecast. Tomorrow, morning clouds, afternoon sun, windy both Saturday and Sunday with the rain coming in Monday. Stephanie?
Okay. And that show is tomorrow and Sunday.
Tomorrow, yep.
All right, good stuff. All right, I have a question for you, Greg.
Name it.
Are the Cowboys interested in a free agent wide receiver before the draft?
Well, there is a hint that they are after what happened today, and that's very frustrating for Cowboy fans because remember, they cut Amari Cooper, who is one of their best wide receivers. When we come back, we'll tell you who we're talking about. That might give you a little hint right there. And one of the big games in our triple header on the Saturday, August the 27th, is the head coaching debut for two head coaches of the respective teams. Coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
After being criticized for his comments about letting wide receiver Amari Cooper go during this offseason, Cowboys Vice President Stephen Jones back on the air today on a Dallas radio station where he's asked about Deebo Samuel as a possible replacement. That's after the San Francisco wide receiver / running back asked for a trade. Without commenting specifically about Samuel, since he's still under contract with the team that eliminated the Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs, Jones responded after Samuel scored the game-deciding 26-yard touchdown to run Dallas out of the postseason 23-17.
We're always looking to get better, and obviously keep your eye on anything and everything that's going on, and certainly things have to fit in and work. But we're always looking at where we are from a personnel standpoint, where we can get better.
All right, the NFL draft is coming up this Thursday and should be happier than the Houston Texans, who have 2 first-round picks. They're first at number 3 overall and the 13th thanks to the trade with Cleveland for quarterback Deshaun Watson. In fact, the Texans will have 11 picks total, 5 in the first 80 selections after finishing back-to-back seasons with just 4 wins each. So with that many draft picks in his pocket, is general manager Nick Caserio open to a trade?
Flexible, open-minded. adaptable. I would say those are probably some adjectives that, I would use to describe that process. So I'd say the reality is probably very few teams are going to want to come up to 3. I mean, just being honest. So, and that's okay. So probably pick at 3 and then 13, could we go up? Could we go down?
Now, the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft will be broadcast on ABC starting Thursday night at 7 p.m. One of the 3 games that will be part of the KSAT Pigskin Classic on August the 27th in the Alamo Dome will feature the first game for 2 head coaches with their respective teams, T.P. Miller of Johnson High School and Mark Soto of Judson. The vacancy that allowed Miller to be promoted as a first-time head coach at Johnson is when Soto left the Jaguars to become the new head coach at Judson, where he used to play and was an assistant coach for the Rockets, meeting for the first time on the field in the middle game of our triple header.
It was a dream come true. I was thankful for the opportunity from Dr. Micah, from Coach Parker, from Mr. Comalander, our Jaguar Booster Club, our JPA, our community and our student athletes. So I was just really grateful and blessed with the opportunity to be the head coach at Johnson High School.
What was it like for you to get to go home in essence?
It was the job I'd always looked for. I wanted to be just like D.W. Rutledge, and I've got a chance to go there and leave a mark like he did.
All right, there you go. Here's a look at that matchup, by the way. It'll be the 3:30 game. Before that, Smithson Valley and Reagan, 11:30. After that, Steele and Brennan at 7:30. Former Spur Patty Mills wins an NBA postseason award. Next. Former Spur, now Brooklyn Net, Patty Mills has been named the winner of the Joe Dumars Trophy for the 2021-2022 NBA Sportsmanship Award. Each NBA team nominated one of their players for the award, with the league executives narrowing that list down to a final of 6, and the NBA players picked the winner. This is a first for Patty, who, by the way, signed with Brooklyn as a free agent after 10 seasons with the Spurs, including the 2014 NBA Championship. Former Spurs assistant coach James Borrego has been fired as the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets in 4 seasons with the Hornets. Borrego was 138-163 as head coach, and despite improving 10 wins each season in a rebuilding format, the Hornets still let him go, and like the Spurs, the Hornets season came to an end by losing the play-in tournament 2 seasons in a row. In the Eastern Conference, Miami Heat up 2-0 in Atlanta, looking to push the Hawks to the brink of elimination. Close contest until the 3rd quarter, and Miami turned up the heat. Tyler Hero going to the hoop for the bucket and the foul. It's a 21-0 Miami run and a 16-point lead for the Heat. The Hawks are able to cut that lead down to 1. Under 10 seconds to play, Trae Young is off and running in transition, gets the floater to fall, and the Hawks take a 1-point lead with 4.4 seconds to play. Last shot for Miami. They inbound to Jimmy Butler. Off-bounds 3 is off the front of the rim. The Hawks win that 111-110, and they're back in this series. The high school softball season wraps up this week. MacArthur taking on Johnson tonight. Top 3. Brema is up 4-0 on now. Maddie Collins crushes one to deep left field. That's going to sail out of there. A 3-run homer puts MacArthur up 7-0, and that was just the beginning of a 12-run inning. The Bremas end up scoring 18 total in the game. They cruise to an 18-1 victory in 3 innings. MacArthur finishes the regular season with a perfect 16-0 record in district 28-6A play. Over at NEISD Sports Park, good baseball matchup between Reagan and Churchill. Top of the first, Rattlers up 1-0. Runners on the corners. Brennan Greer skies one deep to left center. The center fielder shades over to make the grab, but Cole Tabor tags and beats the throw home, avoiding the catcher on his way in. Reagan leads 2-0 after 1. Bottom of the 2nd, Churchill trying to rally with 1 on first, but Britton Moore gets a strikeout. Andrew Ermas guns down the runner at 2nd. A strike him out and a throw him out double play ends the inning. Reagan wins it 10-0 in 6 innings. And in Texas League action tonight, can the Missions break out of their losing streak here in the 9th? Missions on top of the sod. Poodles in Amarillo 10-9.
Fingers crossed.
You got it.
Maybe tonight is the night.
Maybe.
We'll be right back after this.
All right, morning clouds this weekend, afternoon sun and windy, and then Monday is the day we expect scattered showers and storms. We'll keep you updated on the timing this weekend.
Yeah, we don't like the storms, but we do like the idea that we're going to get rain. We need it. All right, well, that does it for the Night Beat. Don't forget that Good Morning San Antonio starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend.